I know for a lot of weather nuts out there, it's kind of a disappointing morning looking at the GFS model, but the European model still has a snowstorm coming up the eastern seaboard. Not much out in the Midwest, though. I'm actually with the .com meteorologist, Henry Margusity. Take a look at, actually, what I should say is, we're going to take a look at how this whole thing is going to evolve and some of the pluses and minuses of this pattern. I tell you, to be quite honest with you, over the last 4 weeks, this has just been one heck of a weather pattern, and these computer models going in every direction. Every time you walk in the door, it's a whole new another solution coming at you. So what we originally, or at least what I originally thought was going to be a storm that was going to, cross the country with a nice band of snow, now is a storm that's going to dive further south and then try to come on up the eastern seaboard. So let's just throw that whole idea away and we'll start all over with a new idea. That's what we're going to do. Now, let's start with one of the negatives on this, okay? This is the one thing that's bothering me. It's exactly the same thing that happened last weekend, okay? This is the storm right here, okay? Look where it's coming in. It's going to come in right in over top of Los Angeles, Southern California again. What did I say last week? The storm comes in through Southern California. It's going to exit somewhere down in here, okay? They come across and they exit right on out. That's what they do. Now, the question is going to be, all right, even though it can still exit here, it can still ride up the coast because, all right, because you're going to get the ridge pumped up, so the trough is going to come further to the west. And unlike last week, where the trough axis, let me take this out, the trough axis was over here, the trough axis is going to be back here. So, if you remember, these areas up here got snow, and if you take the fact that there's blocking going on up in here, okay, the storm has been going out to the Atlantic, then coming back and hitting, northern New England and these areas here. So if you take that scenario, which we've been in, the same pattern, what should happen is the storm should come through here, dip down, try to exit off of here, but then gets bigger and explodes and comes back up the coast because that's the way the pattern has been dictating. It should come on back because the trough axis is back here. That's what should happen, okay? Let me show you. Here's the upper air pattern. You can see the storm this evening coming in through Southern California right here, okay? And again, they come in here, they'll want to come out over here. Okay, that's just the way the things work. Radar out of there real fast. I want to show you this. Is a lot of nasty weather again out there. These poor folks are just getting hit hard with heavy rains. That storm comes in, there's probably going to be some severe weather across Southern California today. There could be a couple tornadoes down there, as well as heavy thunderstorms with gusty winds and hail coming on through there. So you guys down here in Southern California got a heck of a lot of weather to go today with the rains and everything there down San Diego, Los Angeles, up to Santa Barbara, and these mountains back here are just getting hit hard with heavy snow. All right. I also urge you to look at Ken Clark's blog. He talks a lot about that. Now onto the models here. Here's the NAM model. And NAM is trying to, that's it, That is the storm, okay? But the good news about this is that it is trying to phase the storm, okay? If you were to extrapolate this out, it should turn the corner and phase with the system coming down from the north. And that is the truly why the GFS is different than the European model. The European phases the two together. The GFS doesn't phase it and just wipes it out, takes it out to sea. All right, here, this is the GFS here. Brings the storm in through Southern California this afternoon. Tomorrow, actually not tomorrow, but Friday night, Christmas Eve, it is down across Texas. All this snow we're talking about out here, well, it's turning into light snow. So that was a dumb idea. And then it takes it out off the southeast. Now the problem with this is that the position is taking it off. It's taking it off way, way south. It would think it would be more up in here, which still, even if, let's just say, the theory is right, comes in here and exits over here, okay? Comes in over here, comes through, comes over here. This would mean you would have snow back in through Atlanta, Georgia, Winston-Salem, Raleigh, Charlotte, all those areas will get a pretty decent snowstorm, okay? If that were to happen, if the GFS was anything right, okay? Now remember, we still got about 20 more model runs to go. And then it takes it out to sea and blows it up. You can barely see it on there. It's just a big, cold chunk of air back in the east we've enjoyed, for the last 3 weeks. And again, here's the thing. Here it comes down. Here's the system coming from the north, all right? not phasing. This is back here, this is here, two are out of sync, this gets pushed out, this thing comes in, pushes this out here. You don't get a phase storm, okay? European model, all right, I'm going to show you this. Jesse's going to yell at me for this, but I'll show you anyway. European model phases two together, blows up a 978 low storm, millbar low storm right there. Big blizzard for Virginia, actually probably from northern Georgia all the way up into New England there. A lot of snow, foot snow with blowing and drifting, and basically what all the weather nuts out there want to see is a big storm on Monday, okay? European model is consistent with it, okay? Consistent with the fact that there's a big storm coming. GFS is all over the place here. I'm kind of leaning more toward that. That's what I'm leaning toward, the bigger solution here, only because I think the phasing is going to come together, and I think the trough is going to be back here. Trough axis be back here, and this should end up being a big storm along the eastern seaboard. That's my thought. I'm AccuWeather.com meteorologist Henry Margusity.